Hey everybody, what's up? It's TJ. You guys, I'm about to cook some cube steak and rice and gravy. This is my husband's favorite meal. And one person had mentioned that they'd like for me to show you guys how I cook it. So, here we go. Let me see. I got a little bit better tripod this time. See how easy it moves? I like that. Anyway, I got 4 eggs in here. I'm going to put just a little bit of salt and I like more pepper than usual. So that's how I did that. Mix it up. Now over here, I got my pan ready. I got about that much oil in it. That was my son, y'all. But anyway, I got about this much oil in the bottom of the pan. Okay. The rice. I do exactly 4 cups of water. This is something you want exact measurements on when you're doing this, so your rice will turn out proper. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this on high and salt it. And this back here is just my green beans. I'm going to heat them up. There's that. When that starts boiling, I'll put the rice in. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on to about 6. And I'm going to put some just regular flour in here. No special measurements. That looks like enough. And then I've got 6 cube steaks that I got on sale. And I like buying them from Ingles because they're thin there. I like them thin. Let me get this thing out of the way. And I'm just sticking them in the egg mixture right now. Put the lid back on this. Okay, just get them all good and covered, coated, whatever. Turn that up a little bit, get it heating up. Okay. You guys, I have to rinse my hands or wash my hands like 5,000 times every time I do something, so I don't like, and it's not that I think I got to be clean all the time. So a lot of things, I don't like the feel of it on my fingers or my hands. Like eggs or crackers is a big thing. I don't like the feel of crackers. You know, when they crumbly, the crumbs from them, I don't like it. I cannot stand that feeling. That is so gross to me. I'm just weird like that, y'all. But anyway, so I got my pan heating up, which is not warm enough yet, but I'm going to go ahead and take my first cube steak and put it in my flour and get it good and coated. I'll go ahead and do a couple of them. I'll get one of them done, kind of work my flour to the side, and then place it in that empty spot and do another one. I grabbed two. No, just one. Now, one of the things my husband likes from this is the bits and pieces that are left in there. He calls it, what is it you call it, Charlie? The bits and pieces you like to eat. You don't know what it's called, but I call it crud, y'all. Because that's what it looks like to me, is crud. It's the little crunchy bits and pieces that get left behind. That's his favorite part, I think. I don't know. That's almost warm enough. I hope I can fit all these in my one frying pan. I'll make them fit. My grandma, when she cooked, she would cook in a deeper one and use much more oil, and she would double layer everything. And to be able to turn everything over, she would have her lid upside down, and she would put the top pieces in there, flip the bottom pieces, and then flip the top piece. It was just weird. She did it all in one pan. You know, 8 kids, plus her and her husband. All right, that's warm enough. I'll turn it down a little bit. Get these in here. Oh, yeah. Still got one more. I don't think it's going to fit, so I may have to save it. Let me get this stuff off my hands. Y'all, this is really, really easy to fix once you learn how, you know. Don't be scared to make fresh gravy. It's actually very, very easy. If you have it too thin, you just cook it a little longer. The water, you know, it'll evaporate out and it gets thicker. Excuse me. If you have it too thick, you just add a little more milk or water. You just keep going. You can't mess it up. Trust me. Unless you don't stir it like you're supposed to, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that, and you have no lumps. No lumps. I don't do lumps. That's nasty to me. I mean, I'm the type of person, I don't like to feel the crackers on my hands. I'm not going to eat something with lumps in it. So, there's that, y'all. My water is just about to boil, and I'm going to put the rice in there, and I'm going to give it a good stir. Then I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm going to turn it on low. Not medium, low, or not. I turn mine all the way down on low. And after you do that, you put the lid on, you don't touch it. You just let it cook. Don't do anything. Don't stir it. Don't do nothing. And I promise you, you'll turn out, you'll get perfect rice. Okay? Okay, it's boiling now. I'll put my 2 cups of rice in there. 4 cups of water, 2 cups of rice. You need to make sure those measurements are right. Don't guesstimate on that. And usually I'm like, oh, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You need to do that right, or you're going to have nasty rice. Okay? It's either going to be undercooked or overcooked. Okay? So, there's that. But stir it for a minute. Bring it back up to a boil. Now all this being outside every day has been really, really getting to my sinuses. I have really bad allergies. I think I'm allergic to oxygen. That's a joke, y'all. Alright, starting to boil again. Put my lid on and turn it down on low. Now this, the reason why I have it out is after I'm done breading everything, I'll run my flour through the sifter so I have it for my gravy. And you use regular flour for your gravy. Do not use self-rising, okay? Regular flour is better. So, there's that. Yeah, I kind of can't wait to show you guys how to cook some of the stuff I cook now. You know. But look at this. Yeah, so far, there's only 2 places I like to buy cube steak from, and that's Ingles. And I like to go to the butcher shop, because you can tell them not to cut it too thick. You get that real thick stuff from Walmart, it's all veiny and hard to eat. This is not hard to eat. When you get it from the butcher shop, it really is not hard to eat. It's really good. I love the stuff from there. But it's expensive. Woo-wee. Much, much cheaper at Ingles. Okay, so I've got the last one in there. Let me move this. Dry my hands. It's going to be a long video, y'all. Oh, not too long. This really doesn't take that long once you learn how to do everything at the right time. It really don't take long to cook this meal. I'm going to get my flour down as far as I can. I just kind of rake it in there. I'm just going to sift it through. I'm just banging it on the side of my hand. You ain't got to have no special sifter. As long as you got one of these, you're good. Those sifters you can get from the store that you have that look like a cup, stuff gets down in there, you cannot get it out. I've got several of them. I won't use them because there's stuff stuck down in them I can't get out. Alright, that should be plenty. So what I got? It's a couple of cups worth. And I sifted it because, you know, I dipped all that stuff in there. There's eggs and all kinds of junk in there. No, that's the kind of stuff that causes you to have lumps. Really bad lumps, too. Okay. It's easy, y'all. It is. It's really easy. And get this back around. I say I have this on low. It's still just a boiling away. It's cooking like it's supposed to. And I will show you guys what it needs to look like before you take that lid off. Okay? And when it's done, I will show you. I'll take the camera off of the tripod and show you up close, okay? I'm going to turn this. Get my green beans to stir. When I cook green beans out of a can, you know what? I'm going to add a little bit of bacon grease to them. Woo-woo. But I like to add more water to them and cook them a little bit longer. Get all the good stuff going in there. spoon, not one with holes in it. Doing my lid. Ooh, I dropped it. Oh well, I'll have to get a clean one. You guys, you know I have all those cats, right? I got rid of 4 of them. It broke my heart. Because I took 2 of them out to my cousin's farm because they're hunters and that's what he wanted. And one of them was just scared to death, and it just broke my heart today, y'all. That's all I've been thinking about. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. But let me get back to this. We still got a ways to go on the rice. The gravy, ooh, wait until we do that. See this? All this is mixed up powder milk. That's what I use. That's it. And I make it, you know, a little lighter than what it calls for. Because when you make gravy, you're supposed to do milk and water. This is the easier way to do it. Just do a thing of dry milk. Trust me, it's really, really good. And you want it cold. Do not ever use hot water when you're making gravy. It don't turn out right. Hot water, hot milk, hot anything, don't do it. Always use it cold. This is almost done. The beautiful golden brown. Ooh, they're going to be good. And when they're done, I'll take them out. I'll drain a little bit of the grease off and just use the same grease for my gravy. And I just use Crisco pure vegetable oil. That's it. These are done. You see that? Ooh, it dropped it. I'll try another one. It looks good, y'all, because it is good. Trust me. Now see these little bits I'm picking out? That's what my husband likes. That's what I'm talking about. I call it crud. He calls it, I think before he's called it like crispy things. That's what he calls it. Or crispy stuff. But he likes to have it on the side. He'll sit and munch on it. And I just want y'all to know he's sitting behind me patiently waiting. He doesn't want to be famous. If I wasn't recording, he'd be in here eating this. Alright. So, you see all that? I'm going to pour about half of that out, okay? Let me get a paper towel first ready. Here's one right here. And I'm just going to pour it in my sink. Alright. See? That's what I got left. I'm going to take my flour and put it in there. I have a medium-sized whisk somewhere. Oh well, I'll just have to use my big one. I think I may have emptied out a little too much oil. There we go. It's not going to hurt it, y'all. I do need this, though. There we go. Use a whisk, okay? If you're using a frying pan with a Teflon, use a whisk like, oh gosh, this. Sometimes I use my big pan that's got the Teflon on it, and that's what I use instead of a metal one. So I'm getting me a good base going. Let it cook for a minute. You want to cook out the flour taste. You want to let it start browning. Y'all, I can't wait to do all this stuff live easily. Alright, so I'm going to grab this. You're going to want to stir as you pour it in, and you just go ahead and pour this stuff in, okay? And you just keep whisking. That's what gets all your, what do you call it? Gosh, I said it earlier. The lumps out. There we go. I'm going to turn this up on high because we want to get this stuff rolling. And I'm going to go ahead and salt it. You need to salt it to taste. Take your time with salting it if you're not familiar on how to do this, okay? And it does take a lot of salt because you're using fresh flour. Let me see if I can get this camera a little bit closer. Is that better, y'all? I hope so. Let me get my stuff. Let me show y'all the rice. And you guys, the ones that know how to do all this stuff already, I'm sorry, but there's some people out there that's never done this before, and they just need to learn. See what it looks like? You see those little air bubbles coming out of those little indention parts? When there's no more water that you can see in those holes, your rice is done. Okay? You turn your burner completely off. Take your lid off and fluff it with a fork or whatever. They say to do it with a fork, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But I'm trying to get this back on here. Look at the gravy. Well, let me turn it around this way. Y'all, I totally messed that up. I don't know how much of it you got, but here's the gravy. You want to bring it to a rolling boil. Gosh, I hope this didn't shut off before I showed y'all the rice. I don't know. So I'm going to show you again just in case. So here's the rice. You see the indentions where you have a little bubble of water coming out? When that stops doing that, when there's you can't see any more water, your rice is done. You shut it off. Then you take your lid off and fluff it up with a fork or whatever. Let me put this back on here. I don't want to mess my gravy up, y'all. So, this stuff's too good to mess up. See how thick it's getting thick now. If you would use hot water or warm water with this, this would not turn out smooth like this. No matter what you do. This is harder to do. And this is something you got to stay with. You can't walk away and leave it until you turn that burner off and you move your pan off of the burner. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good, y'all. I'm gonna try it. Hang on, go ahead and turn that off. Make sure it's got enough salt. That's my excuse, okay? My story, I'm sticking to it. Perfect. And when you start doing this, you'll kind of get the feel of it, and you'll know about how much salt to put in it first round. But until you learn that, you know, take your time with it. You do not want to oversalt it. Okay, I'm going to move this to the back. I'm going to catch my stuff on fire. My gravy is done, y'all. And this is just about done. You can see a few little bubbles in there. So as soon as it goes down, it'll be done. But let me tell y'all, with the rice and the gravy, I don't absolutely love rice. And there are a lot of times I'm not in the mood for rice. So I just take a couple of slices of bread and put it on my plate, and I cover it with gravy. It's really, really good. So you can have it that way too. Of course you can have mashed potatoes. You can have anything you want. You know, so. Almost. Got a couple of little bubbles left, and that's it. So let me take this off, and hopefully I won't stop my video again. I'm already going to have my son put it together for me. Gosh. He's going to hate me. See, I only got a couple in there. When you can't see it no more, it's done. Now, you saw how much milk I had in there. That's how much I used. And like I said, if it turns out too thick, add a little bit more milk or water. If it turns out too thin, just let it cook a little longer. On low. Don't cook it. You know, once you know it's done, don't major cook it. It's just about there. I'm going to go ahead and turn my beans off. I know that them things are going to be good, y'all. Let me get a scoop out for my gravy. Y'all look at that. That's how you want it to be. Just like that. It is so good, y'all. It is so good. I ain't got all this weight on me for nothing. And don't ever trust a skinny cook. So, there you go. Okay, my rice is done. Take this lid off. I'm just going to set it over here. So there you go. Turn it off. And I guess I'll just use this big spoon. I'm just going to fluff it up. As you can see that. And that's it, y'all. Supper is done. And it's a good meal. Good Southern meal. But anywho, that is it for tonight. I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully tomorrow, or at some point, I will be doing my cooking on my rocket stoves. We'll see. Talk to you later. Have an awesome night. Bye-bye.